Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. Development is getting more and more likely, right on track from what we've been talking about for weeks and weeks. Watching a few tropical disturbances out there, another big one about to come off the coast of Africa. It's really this kind of second spot in here that I do believe will develop some. I want to show you why, where it may go, get into the time frame of that right here in this video. And then a second one, it looks a little glitchy. It's just kind of out of our satellite shot. This area coming off, almost all the models are developing that area, but this one in particular, somewhere right in here, that's where we may see a system try to form. So let's start with that. It's this area here. Later this week, we're going to start to see some development that will approach the Caribbean. Even if it doesn't develop, it is going to bring us a high chance of rain. Some of us need the rain, so that would be good news, but of course we do not want this to become a tropical storm or a hurricane. Watching this area of high pressure to the north, which is a blocker, acts like a fence, right? So it's there, so that allows whatever this area is just to continue to march off to the west, at least over the next few days, and head into the general direction of the Caribbean. So getting right into this, what are the models saying on this? And then I want to show you the environmental conditions. I do not just look at the models. They go back and forth. They're all over the place. I dive into a lot behind the scenes for you. So the ICON model, which did a good job forecasting Beryl, that has this eventually becoming a hurricane. Tropical storm first, then eventually a hurricane. The American model sometimes has this become a tropical storm. The latest run on it, the latest kind of output the computer gave us says no storm. So that one has been going back and forth. The European model shows some hints at development. I'll show you that. Kind of becoming maybe a tropical depression that's just below tropical storm status. And the Canadian model has this eventually becoming a tropical storm, if not also a hurricane down the road. Now, this is what's going on in the environment. It's been this dry and stable air. There's been a lot of sinking air, which has been good, and that prevents the rain and storms from building up. With that, the pattern is gradually changing. So this is kind of the first really tropical area that is trying to break this pattern. So it's going to be kind of a 50-50 shot at developing. If it doesn't develop, we'll get some welcome rain in some locations, but back behind it, once this kind of moves through, this is kind of the game changer for the rest of the hurricane season. It adds moisture to the environment. That next wave coming off looks like a very high probability of development. So the upper area, or the air conditions, the environmental conditions becoming more conducive up above our heads, and still down below where we're dealing with these water temperatures where this tropical wave will eventually go. Water temperatures 30 to about 31 degrees Celsius. That's 86 to 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Very warm water ahead, and the depth of the warm water is pretty substantial. That's the heat content that acts for fuel for these things. So let's put those on the back burner. Let me show you what we're seeing here with the ICON model. This is one of the more aggressive models, but that's why I appreciate you spreading the word about this channel and this information, because if this does spin up, we could have a tropical storm on our hands. Here we are in the Caribbean right here, right where my hand is. This is by Friday. It is developing at this point into some sort of tropical depression or tropical storm a few days from now. Area of high pressure sliding away, little area of high pressure trying to build back in, and watching the fronts. I bring that up because this is going to help to kind of steer whatever this is. Now, going out in time further, this here is by Sunday. On Sunday, it has this forming into at least a tropical depression or tropical storm. So if this were to be correct, and there's a chance it is, that would mean there would be a tropical storm approaching the Eastern Caribbean Sunday into early next week. Sunday would still be just to the east. But by Monday and Tuesday, we could see a tropical storm that would start to work its way into parts of the eastern and northeastern Caribbean. This here would be by Tuesday morning, and I circled that other spot a second ago. Also another system, that's that other tropical wave back behind it. So stopping it here, this is on Tuesday. So this is a week from now, and that's days in advance. So yes, this is going to change, and I'll show you the American and the European in just a second. But as it stands here, the ICON model is saying, hey, yeah, conditions are going to be conducive for a tropical storm to be overhead of us as we work, or at least some of our islands, as we work our way into early next week. Then watching these fronts, will it get pulled up to the north closer to my friends in Bermuda, or will it march its way off toward the west. Wait and see. And then almost everything is developing this into a hurricane down the road, high pressure to the north, so that'll make that continue to go west. So even if this one doesn't develop, it's that second wave that looks like all signs are pointing to development out of that. So that is the Icon model showing development. That is why I am watching this very carefully, because there's a decent probability that that happens. Now, the American model was showing the potential of a tropical storm and hurricane. It's backed off a little bit, but it's still seeing this. So what do I mean by that? Here's the American model. Let's go out in time into the end of the week, into the upcoming weekend, and let me stop the clock here. So this is well down the road. By the time we hit Sunday, it is seeing it. You see this area of disturbed weather here. Just like the Icon model, on Sunday, whatever this area is off to the east of us. At that point, of course, I will know if we need to take any preparations, anything like that. I'll, of course, give you advance warning. That's why I do this channel, for safety. But the American model, at least at this point, has this move into the Caribbean, not as a named system. Yesterday it did, but not really for today. So we'll see how that kind of pans out. But by Tuesday, once again, something trying to work its way toward the Caribbean. Could just be rain, could be a tropical storm. Here are those fronts to the north. We'll see if they kind of grab it. The fronts could kind of help grab these things, allow them to go north. Or does this just continue to march off toward the west, say, in the general direction of Jamaica? That's a wait and see at this point. Now, here's the European model, and it's somewhere in between the American and the Icon. Here we are in the Caribbean. Here's that blocker to the north. So watching this moving off to the west and keeping an eye on some of these fronts right through here. So this is later today. Everything seeing this spot out there, that tropical disturbance that will march its way off toward the west. Now, we go out of time here on the European model. So this is as we work our way late into the week, into the upcoming weekend. Let me stop the clock here. This is by Saturday. And once again, this model is seeing this as a strong, kind of healthy tropical wave. You see it right in there, hinting at the potential of developing into a tropical depression. To the north, there's that area of high pressure, so still moving to the west. So this is by Saturday. All of this off to the east of us. Here comes a front across the U.S., and we'll see how that plays into this. Then going out in time, it kind of hints at some development. But either way, it is showing increased rain early next week on Monday. This one's saying, hey, that rain is going to be sneaking in on Monday, the potential of some flooding rain. So we don't need a named system, as you all know, to cause problems for us across the Caribbean. And then we'll see if these fronts kind of grab it or if it does develop. So these three major models are seeing something. They're seeing something trying to at least hint at spinning up, if not fully develop. And then you see here, as we work our way into the middle of next week, you got a lot going on here, build up of moisture, but it is once again hinting at maybe some later development into a tropical depression or tropical storm. There's that area that should develop back behind it. Here's a bunch of rain, always watching the Gulf of Mexico for any development. Of course, parts of Texas really need the rain, but just kind of keeping an eye on these old fronts. So once again, all the models kind of coming into agreement of saying, hey, this is going to be a strong tropical wave that could develop and potentially be a tropical storm as it either approaches the Caribbean or as it kind of works its way through the Caribbean. So we're on alert, just kind of watching it, just kind of monitoring this at this point. Short term, all that action off to the east of us, been watching a few areas of rain. We have that other tropical wave that's been moving by. So Jamaica, for example, we're going to have a higher chance of rain. Parts of Haiti, as expected. Jacmel, Boston Blue, we could see some rain. Let me zoom down into Haiti. 3-day rain totals. You see even some white popping up. It's going to be hit or miss. It's not going to be for all of us, but stronger storms with that daytime heating. Watching out for some higher totals in some of these 75 millimeters of rain or 3 inches of rain. Be mindful of flooding. Keep me posted on location in the comment section and what you're getting or not getting as this works in. So watching out for some thunderstorms. Southern tier of Haiti, back toward eastern Cuba, over toward Jamaica today. Elsewhere scattered about Costa Rica and Panama. Kind of hit or miss Trinidad, back through St. Lucia, Barbados today, Dominica, up through Antigua and Barbuda. But it's that little pocket of rain that could bring us some stronger storms and some flooding. And then this is by tomorrow. That kind of progresses off toward the west. Few extra showers and storms, parts of central and western Cuba and the Cayman Islands. Elsewhere, hit or miss. And then at this point, we're really watching what's going on off to the west. Spotty shower storm on Thursday. And we'll be watching that tropical disturbance getting closer to the Caribbean, seeing if it does develop. But that wave behind it, that one definitely will be developing. So plenty to track going forward. We'll take it storm by storm together. And speaking of storms, you have Gilma and Hector out here. Both of these are going to continue to work their way to the west. There should be substantial weakening as they get a little bit closer to Hawaii. That is good. Also watching some areas of rain and storms off the coast of Guatemala and El Salvador. Now, as far as the seas go short term, not a whole lot. Again, running at about a meter, maybe 2 meters in some spots the next few days through the weekend. The issue will be those thunderstorms that we get. So for any beach and boating, that will be an issue. Any just traversing some of the islands, just a heads up, be mindful of some of the storms, but all eyes will be really what happens as we work our way deeper into the weekend and into next week with these bigger tropical disturbances that will be moving in. Do want to touch on these storms in Quebec as expected. Some of these could be strong to severe. This line of rain and storms tonight will start to approach parts of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, over toward Newfoundland. You see as we go through the day tomorrow, that chance of scattered areas of rain and storms, but a couple of those could be quite strong, and then that area will be working away, and then we'll keep an eye on another front that will approach the Great Lakes as we work our way into the end of the week. So I mentioned the rain totals in Jamaica, scattered areas of rain and storms. Let me swing a little bit from the Bahamas south back through Haiti, Dominican Republic. If we get these downpours the next few days of 100 millimeters of rain or 4 inches of rain, we need to watch out for those river crossings. That will make a substantial rise. Elsewhere, spotty showers and storms just kind of going around the horn. Ceiba, Statia, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat swinging down towards St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Grenada, Barbados. Passing shower, thunderstorm could give us 25 millimeters of rain or an inch of rain. Little uptick in some of the rain. Guyana and northeastern Venezuela. Suriname, couple passing showers and storms. And just watching out for the thunderstorms. Panama, Nicaragua, Honduras, Belize. We had some heavier areas of rain and storms. Thank you for letting me know in the comments yesterday across Belize with your location and what you're getting. Do appreciate that. I'll be watching those comments throughout the day. Mexico City, especially south, better chance of rain and storms. So for us in Jamaica today, the rain chance is elevated. Watching out for some stronger storms, some gustier winds if you do get those, and some isolated flooding. Rain chance will be a little higher Wednesday and Thursday in the Cayman Islands with that tropical wave moving in. Still unsettled. Trinidad and Tobago, scattered areas of rain and storms, 40 to 50% chance as we get back through Barbados. St. Lucia, 30% chance today, up to a 50% chance for tomorrow, and running at about a 50% chance of scattered showers possible across Grenada, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, 40 to 50% chance. We'll see a 40% chance the next 2 days in Martinique, looking at a 30% chance today in Dominica, but a 50% chance tomorrow, a 40% chance on Thursday. Guadeloupe, a 40 to 50% chance, and a 40 to 50% chance Antigua and Barbuda, not a washout, but the rain chance a little higher over the next 2 days. Chance of some scattered showers and storms. We'll do that again. St. Kitts and Nevis and Montserrat, 40% chance for today. Anguilla, passing shower or storm over toward St. Bart's, a 40 to 50% chance. St. Martin, Ceiba, and Statia. And looking at about a 50% chance of some scattered storms, mainly late in the day in Puerto Rico. 30 to 40% chance U.S. and British Virgin Islands, Tortola down through St. Thomas, St. John over towards St. Croix. The Bahamas, scattered areas of rain and storms, not as much as we had a few days ago, but we're still looking at that chance of a few scattered showers. Turks and Caicos, 30% chance. Now, the Dominican Republic and Haiti, we're going to see some pockets of rain that could lead to some isolated flooding. Gave you that heads up earlier. 40% chance over the next couple days for us in Belize. 20% chance in Aruba. There's that slight chance still, Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, of getting a passing shower. Not a super high chance. So the rain chance has gone up in Guyana, 50% chance today. And even it's up a little bit for us in Suriname, about a 40% chance. 40 to 50% chance across Cuba. Watching out for some thunderstorms favoring the eastern end today. Costa Rica and Panama, 60 to 70% chance. 50% chance the next 2 days in Nicaragua. 50% chance in the next 2 days in Honduras. 60% chance by Thursday. And about a 70% chance. Guatemala and El Salvador just had a kind of a blob of rain and storms move just offshore into the Pacific side. Mexico City, 50 to 60% chance. South of Mexico City, rain chance is higher. Could get a couple scattered showers across the Yucatan. 40% chance across northern Colombia the next few days. 40% chance as we work our way into northern Venezuela, and not a whole lot as we get toward Bermuda. Rain chance holding at about 10 to 20% for today. So tropical development is becoming more likely as expected late August, early September, where we are. So I'm expecting more and more development that area I was talking about may spin up a little bit quicker just because of some of those environmental conditions. If it fights off the dry air, then the water temperatures become a problem. That could lead it to spin up. So watching that, not going to let anyone get caught off guard, monitoring kind of the potential track. And even if it doesn't develop with the track of it, who will get some of the rain, who could get some of the flooding rain, watching the overall conditions closely, and that other tropical wave behind it that should be developing. So thank you for spreading the word about some of this new information. I'll be tracking it around the clock, as you well know. I hope you're doing well and have a good rest of your day.